In this video, we're going to look at the project browser. The learning content, creating a new browser organization, sorting and grouping, and filtering. In Revit, we can control in the project browser how our views, schedules, and sheets are organized. In this project, we can see that our views have a subcategory for the type of view, such as floor plan, ceiling plan, 3D view, or elevation. Within those categories, we can then find the views themselves. I'm going to create a new form of organizing these views, first by the discipline and then by the type of view. I'll also want to organize the views at the lowest level in order of their associated level, starting with the lowest and going to the highest level. To create a new browser organization, I'm going to right click on Views and go to Browser Organization. This will open up the browser organization window. We have 3 tabs, one for our views, one for our sheets, and one for our schedules. In this video we'll look at views, but the same principle applies to the other 2. We can see a list of the existing browser organizations that we can choose from. We're going to create a new one. So in the top right hand corner I'm going to click the new button. We need to give this new organization a name, so I'm just going to simply call this one BO1 and click OK. I'll come back to filtering in a second, but to start with we're going to go to the grouping and sorting tab. Here we can choose the different levels that we want to create for our views to be organized under. Where it says group by and we have a drop down that currently says none, I'm going to choose discipline. So at the highest level under views, Revit's going to organize them firstly by discipline. I then want them to be further organised under the discipline by the type of view. So on the next line down where we have then by, I'm going to choose type. So with all our views organised by discipline and type, where they're listed, I then want them to be rearranged by their associated level. So right at the very bottom, we can choose how they're sorted. Currently it's based on the name, so it's alphabetical, and I'm going to change that to associated level. I'm going to leave that as ascending, so it'll start with the lowest elevation first, going up to the highest level. I'm going to click OK to that. And in the browser organization window, we now have a new scheme called BO1, which I'm going to tick, click OK, and Revit is going to reorganize my views first of all by discipline and then by the type of view, and then in there it's going to reorganize the views based on their associated level. If I duplicate one of these views and set it to structural, Revit should create a new category called structural, then floor plans, and then we'll find the duplicated view. So I'm just going to simply duplicate level 0. So we now have level 0 copy 1. And with that selected, in the properties window, I'm going to change its discipline to structural. As soon as I apply that, based on the rules that we've just set up, Revit's going to reorganize that view under a heading of structural, floor plan, and then we're going to find our new view. I'm going to create a filter next to control which views are visible under the views heading. Perhaps I only want to see views that are work in progress and have yet to be added onto a sheet. Again, if I right click on views and go browser organization, This time I want to edit B01, so with B01 highlighted, I'm going to click the edit button. And on the filters tab, I'm going to add a new rule. Where it says filter by, I'm going to base this on the sheet name. I don't need to change anything else. And what this is going to do is it's going to have a look at the property for sheet name for all the views, and it's going to make sure that they're equal to nothing. So essentially the property is blank. If there's any value in that box, it will remove that view from being visible under the views heading. If I just apply this, we won't notice any change because none of these views have yet been added onto a sheet. If we add our floor plan for level 0 onto a sheet, we should see it disappear. So I'm just going to simply drag and drop level 0 onto a sheet, and we can see that Revit has removed it from being visible under views. But if I still want to access it, I can find it as a child object of the sheet that we've just added it onto.